Here's our princess dart bustier cut. We have two types of bustier cuts. We have the one coming from the shoulder and then another one coming from the armhole. And the one coming from the armhole is the one that we're calling the princess dart bustier cut. To achieve that, we all know that there's the bust point line where our nipple is our dart line, and that's the point where we shall be manipulating our different darts from. However, for this princess dart bustier cut, we want to try to carve out the shape of the breast from it. For us to achieve this line, we're going to measure this armhole all the way on our breast. On our basic pattern, we'll measure this armhole all the way down and divide the length by 2. The point at which we have the division will be the point where we pick as our dart line. We'll measure 1 inch on either side of that point. That's where we labeled 1 and 2, and then connect to our nipple point. Our nipple point is the span of the point where our nipple is on the body of the cloth, which is actually where we have our dart line. We'll connect that to this place as with a dart like this. Under that point, well, under the bust, that's the under bust line, we'll mark 1 inch from the point where the under bust line cuts the dart line. We'll measure 1 inch inside and measure 2 inch outside. Measure 1 inch inside and measure 2 inches outside. That's on the under bust line. Then the waistline, that's the half length of our bodies, would note that if we're doing a half length princess cut, we would measure ½ inch on this side and 1.5 inch on this side. But if we're doing a full length bodies, we'll just do a connecting line from this point to the dart line, to the dart line, and do another connecting point. By the time we measure here, we would find out that we have about ½ inch or 3/4 inch and 1.5 inch on this side. So when we connect that to this side, we'll take off this shaded portion. We're taking it off, we'll cut it off, we don't need it, so that we'll be able to carve out our breast. Obviously, looking at this image, it's already showing us that the breast is properly being carved. Then when we do that connection, we're going to connect this space to the bust point with a straight line, and then using a curved ruler, or if your hand is on your pattern, you need to use a curved ruler, connect this point to this side where you have measured 2 inches. You connect it with a curved ruler so that the curve can be nicely done, and then use a straight ruler to connect to this side, and then do a straight ruler from here to the bust point, and that straight line to this straight line from here to this place, and then connect with a straight line to this place. If, for instance, you now want to use this pattern that you have created for a style that is maybe perhaps off shoulder, you get a break line. You can get a break line to show the style that you want, to cut out the neckline that you want with this. So you can also, as it is trendy, you can also use the upper part and use a net to replace the upper part. Be sure to keep this pattern. When you split it, be sure to keep it. Use it to cut the net, ensuring you have your sewing allowance on the net, and then this lower part, you also use it to cut the fabric you want to use it to cut, and put in sewing allowance above it as well. So you insert this same neck, this same portion of the pattern to the lower part. You can see that we have extended this place upward. Why did we do that? The space between here and here will be obviously longer than the space between here and here. So for us to avoid our clothes having to go too much inside, you need to add about 2 inches, which is usually about what you have, the distance between this place and this place. You can extend it and recurve your armhole accordingly, or you just simply do a measurement of here to here and do a measurement of here to here and add whatever it is that is short to this place in order to get what you will add and reshape your armhole accordingly.